fellow Southern Cameroonians, I'm very delighted that you, the people of Southern Cameroons, through your representatives in the various groups that make up the Southern Cameroons Ambazonia Consortium United Front, at the third conclave of delegates, unanimously elected me as the chairman of the Southern Cameroons Executive Council. I am also happy that Mr. Tassan Wilfred and Milan Atam, elected as Vice Chairman and Secretary General respectively, are on the team with me. We henceforth have the odious task of continuing with the brilliant work that the Secretariat and organs of SCACUF have been doing to take our struggle for the restoration of our statehood to its logical end. I thank God Almighty for bringing us this far, and I seize this unique opportunity to thank the people of Southern Cameroons and Ambazonia who have found me worthy to captain this ship. I'm filled with humility and gratitude for this divine call, to which I say yes. We hear the voices of our people crying out loud from the prison cells. The pain of our daughters that are raped we feel. The groans of our sons and daughters under torture we endure. The echoes from beyond of those that have paid the ultimate price with their lives we hear. I know the people of Southern Cameroons and Ambazonia have been and continue to dream of that moment when we shall move from mere talks and thought to reality. That time has come, and we are counting on all of you to get there, to take us to Buea. However, we have been informed that Mr. Paul Biya, President of La République du Cameroon, will be addressing his nation anytime soon. If he intends to address what has become known as the Anglophone problem, then I want to send a few pointers to him. Number one, there will never be business as usual until the restoration of the statehood of Southern Cameroons is truly, adequately, and satisfactorily addressed. Number two, this is the people's struggle, and anyone who for some selfish interest goes ahead to have any discussions with the government of La République du Cameroon will be representing only himself or herself. The people of Southern Cameroons have identified the leadership that they respect and they obey. That leadership started with a consortium headed by Barrister Nkomo Felix Agbobala, Dr. Fontem Niba, and Wilfred Tassan, whom Yaoundé outlawed, threw Bala and Fontem in prison, and sent Wilfred and others into foreign nations as refugees. In February 2017, a conclave was organized that brought together the frontline movements in our struggle for restoration. A united front known as SCACUF was formed, and its leadership has chaired the struggle to this day. At the close of its third conclave, SCACUF has identified a restructured leadership team with me as the head. We know that we now have the mandate to be the voice of the people of Southern Cameroons. We are calling for the immediate and unconditional release of the leaders of our struggle, Barrister Agbobala, Dr. Nebov Fontem, Mancho Bibixi, Lord Justice Ayapol Abini, and all other persons arrested on trumped-up charges and detained because of this struggle. Several other people have reportedly disappeared, and no one knows where they were abducted and taken to. But let me make it very clear that Yaoundé must account for every single Southern Cameroonian and Ambazonian whose whereabouts remains unknown. With regard to the education of our children, we have created the Southern Cameroons Education Board with the mandate to lay out the calendar for resumption of classes and to progressively develop a new curriculum more adapted to the Anglo-Saxon education system. We have pledged and do guarantee to provide our children the education that will make them globally competitive. We hear some members of parliament are calling on the government of La République du Cameroon to discuss with them on this struggle. Our leadership will consider any negotiation and dialogue with the detained without the detained leaders and those in exile as null and void. This struggle belongs to the people, and when our people are released, then we will open the doors for any discussions and negotiations. The lessons of January 2017 are still very fresh in our memories. If any such discussions are to be held, they must be done in a neutral territory in the presence of internationally recognized mediators, particularly the African Union, the United Nations, France, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. We are open to dialogue, but shall only go into negotiations which are transparent to our people, driven by their grievances for 56 years. Any attempts to derail the train of this struggle will suffer the same fate as other failed attempts of the last 7 months. Any negotiations must be genuine, with both parties treated as equals. We do not accept, and we will never again accept, a situation where we are treated as second-class citizens. If Mr. Biya wants to salvage this situation, which he has treated with casualness, with indifference, and a master-slave mentality, he must accept that the Southern Cameroon's problem is real, and he must respect the will of the people of Southern Cameroon to pursue self-determination. No one can rule a people without their consent. Fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow Ambazonians, in the coming weeks, concrete actions will be engaged to speed up our journey to Buea. The various organs and divisions of our leadership will be working rigorously to implement all the resolutions we have adopted to take us to Buea. We therefore call on you all, the lovely people of Southern Cameroons and Ambazonia, to remain resolute and determined in our march to freedom. Do well to respect all the measures that will be put in place as will be communicated to you, and always be one another's keeper. To our brothers who continue to talk of federalism, we cannot reject you in the family because you refuse to speak the same language with us. However, it would be in our common best interest that you don't sabotage our struggle for the restoration of our statehood. I want to encourage all members of our united front to keep their focus on our collective goal and our group aspirations. Persuaded by the adage that if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm, I will be reaching out to all the organizations that truly value this restoration struggle, those that have disagreed with SCACUF and those that are yet to know and join SCACUF. We will move this struggle forward together with all who truly want our people to be safe. To our Francophone brothers and sisters who respect our struggle, we salute your courage and honesty to identify with the truth. Meanwhile, to those Francophones, especially those on the soil of Southern Cameroons, who continue to violate our ghost town calls and boycotts, we call you immediately to order. This struggle has never been Anglophones against Francophones, so you must desist from provoking our people. The pain our people feel for 56 years of servitude is deep, and we need no further provocation at this moment. If you cannot take the heat, you get out of the kitchen. I want to heartily thank the local and international media organs, as well as the social media that have relentlessly kept our struggle in the limelight over the past months. I equally thank the various international bodies and countries that have opened their doors to us, not only to listen to us, but to support us as a new country battling its way out of recolonization, out of slavery and servitude. We pledge to merit that trust and to work as partners in the international stage in the months ahead. With humility and gratitude, I once more want to thank you for the opportunity to serve my people of Southern Cameroons. God bless you all. God bless Southern Cameroons. I am Sisiku AyukTabe, Chairman, the Southern Cameroons Ambazonia Executive Council.
Audio Jungle.